In this city report, we've asked our city planner, Justin Erickson, to join us and give us an overview of the recently approved master plan for our regional sports park. Justin, first of all, why are we calling it a regional sports park rather than Shawnee Sports Park?
Well, Daniel, we're calling it a regional sports complex because it serves an area much larger than simply the city of Shawnee. Although it will be heavily used by city residents, and we encourage that, it will also have broad appeal to the region in terms of not only Pottawatomie County, but also our multiple county area, plus possibly a multi-state area as well as we look to attract big tournaments.
So, from the plan, which I have snuck a peek at, I can tell that this is going to be a big deal. Is it such a big deal that people will want to travel here to actually experience it?
I think it's a huge deal. It really is. This is just a phenomenal facility per the plan. If it's constructed per the plan, it is going to set us apart from most other communities in Oklahoma and would be one of the top sports complexes in Oklahoma.
So we're actually talking about a complex that's unique in the sense of how nice it is. Because I've seen a lot of nice complexes around the state.
It's a very high quality complex. Not only that, but I think it's also situated in the right area in terms of Shawnee's regional location. Lends itself well to attract teams from a variety of counties and potentially other states as well.
Well, now that being said, is that going to inhibit me as a citizen to use this park, or is it going to be exclusive for things just to happen that might draw tourism, or is this a park for me and for my family?
This is a park for everybody, including you and your family. Now, that said, there are going to be times where that park is going to be utilized for a particular tournament, and that tournament is going to occupy, say, all of those baseball fields or all of those soccer fields or whatever the facility may be. And so during that time, it may be less available for citizens for local teams. But of course, we want this to be available for everyone, and we have a variety of uses and activities there that folks can enjoy, even if they're not involved with team sports.
Okay, so it's not going to be just about baseball or softball or soccer or lacrosse. It's going to be something that if I want to walk, can I walk at the park?
You can walk. You can walk on over 2.5 miles of trail at the park.
What if I want to ride my bike? Can I ride my bike at the park?
You can certainly ride your bike along those very same trails.
And what about kids? Like my kids, there's a couple of nice parks in Shawnee. Is this going to have things for my kids or me to take my grandkids to?
It will. In fact, your kids will have just a wonderful facility that will have several playgrounds, that will have large play areas, that will have trails, as well as just a variety of fun activities. There is a lake on the site. There will be another pond that is built. And so this is a unique destination for residents.
That's awesome. Let's take a look at the plan itself.
Excellent.
So here, obviously, we have a lot of the green area, and it looks like baseball fields and soccer fields.
Yes, at first glance, you see what stands out is the 7 large soccer fields and then the 3 baseball quad complexes.
Which makes up 12 fields.
Which makes up 12 fields, that's correct. Okay. But I think a closer look, you really start to see the more intricate detail of the facility. You notice some multi-purpose fields that can be used for other field sports, whether that be lacrosse or football or flag football or field hockey. You see a disc golf course, kind of a low-cost, fun activity that we can incorporate into the park.
A lot of our college kids who are in town will really like that.
That's what we're hoping. We're hoping that that's attractive, particularly to college students. Also, what you'll find is our lake here, which is about 10 acres in size, and this will be used as kind of the Echo Adventure Zone. And so we've got a fire pit, we've got a boathouse, a fishing pier, some campsites. They may not be overnight campsites, but what we're trying to incorporate here is a more rustic, rural, natural environment here for.
And I noticed the black, is that fencing that's going around these different things?
No, the black dots here represent a trail network that actually weaves its way around the entire facility and even within the facility. And so we have about 2.5 miles of trails there.
So all of this I can walk.
You can
throughout the.
you can absolutely walk, and we don't have the design plans yet, but what we're conceptually what we're talking about is having a portion of it be paved, and so that would be obviously easy to push a stroller along, or for those handicapped individuals that are in a wheelchair, or those that just prefer a hard surface to recreate on. Part of it will be paved, and then possibly around the lake and around this upper northern area here, it would be more of a rustic trail network.
Well, I get off work. A lot of times it's dark. Is there going to be lights around here that if I want to come out and I want to walk in this atmosphere, I'm going to be able to do that?
I think there will be lights. Yes, we haven't determined yet the how extensive the lights will be. I imagine that certainly the front of the complex will be well lit, of course, around the fields, and hopefully there's enough activity there on most nights that it will be fairly well lit around. The more rustic, rural, natural trail network to the north may not be lit. We haven't made that determination yet.
I want to put my vote into let's light it up if we can.
Okay, duly noted.
But along that note, that means costs.
Yes.
Do we have and can we see the plan just like you're considering to propose to all of us?
Yes, we can. I've got it right over here for you.
Regional Development Master Development Plan. Regional Park Master Development Plan. Jacobs was the contractor that was used during the period in which we were gathering information.
Yes, we use a planning firm, Jacobs Engineering, to assist us with this plan, and they have extensive experience with these types of facilities.
And this is a plan that all of us as citizens, we can find this online at shawneeok.org. We can look at it page by page. Justin, give us a quick overview of what we will find in this plan.
You bet. What you're going to find in this plan is a quick summation of the research findings of Shawnee's relative place within the regional context of recreation in the county and beyond. You're going to find basically how we got to that end product, what we did in terms of looking at the site, maximizing its potential, looking at what makes sense for sports, what makes sense for a natural environment with the lake, what makes sense for more passive recreation. You're going to look at the different options that were considered as we went through this process. We didn't just come up with that final plan immediately. We went through different iterations.
Yes, 6 months ago I remember seeing some of these.
Mm-hmm. Yes, these were some of the options that were presented at one of the community meetings. You're of course going to see the final version of the plan, and you're going to see some descriptors that explain the different features in greater detail. You'll see representative photos that will show you the kind of facility that is going to be constructed in terms of quality, whether it be very well lit at night, the kind of tiered seating within the dugout areas.
And so this would be like a championship venue
that would be
for
a championship
tournaments?
Yes, it would.
Great.
Mm-hmm. You're going to see some of the public spaces, the public pavilion, amphitheater area, just different images that represent the kind of quality that we plan to construct here.
And before we go on there, that is an amphitheater that actually exists somewhere, but this is a blow-up of that same type of area that's being proposed for Shawnee. And man, I can see many organizations being able to really utilize that for families in their organizations and for presentations. That looks really cool.
We're really excited about that, and again, this is an example of a facility that will be used by people that may not recreate here in any other manner, but
Sure.
They would simply come here for a concert or for some type of other event. And so, again, we really hope that this is an example of how widely used this facility can be by the general public.
Soccer pictures of what we might be able to expect.
Precisely. And again, we've got 7 full-size soccer fields available there per the plan. And then the more natural environment.
The eco. And this really excites me in the sense of we're actually considering having our paved path that large. So a lot of people can use it, or bikes, or different strollers like you said.
We are. This would be consistent with the new trail that we just constructed in front of St. Gregory's University.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And then for those that are interested, there's the detailed cost breakdowns that detail the expense associated with this facility.
So I can actually go online at shawneeok.org, pull this up, and I can go line by line for the expenses that even our commissioners are considering. Yourself, you've been through this process. even with the costs, what do you feel about this process and about where we're at today?
Well, I think that this is something that's been discussed by this community for a long time, and I've been here less than 3 years, but from day one when I started with the city, I reviewed what was done previously and the existing planning process that had been established. And so I know that this has been something that the commissioners and that the community have been involved in and interested in for, I would say, well over a decade now. And so I'm just excited by the ability to pick up where this plan was left off and hopefully see it to fruition.
Well, I want to say that it's an exciting time. Now we've gone through the master plan process. We've acquired the land. Now it's the time for the decisions to be made on what type of park we're going to have. Justin and I both, I know, would love to encourage you to go to the website, pull up these PDF files, take a look at it, and the commissioners need to hear now how everybody thinks. Is that not right?
That is correct.
So we're in the time of this process in which the rubber meets the road. There's a lot of talk going on, and we want you to be included in that talk. ShawneeOK.org. Take a look at what could be and what could become your regional park. All of us as citizens of Shawnee. City planner, again, Justin Erickson, I know you're terribly busy during wonderfully busy during all of these times. There's a lot of things that you have going on throughout the city, and we want to thank you for taking this hour to spend with us and to get all of us better acquainted with this regional park.
Thank you, Daniel.